All right, guys. So now we're ready to move on to Chapter 7. So in Chapter 7, we're going to learn how to make things repeat. Go on a loop repetitively over and over and over and over again. We're going to learn two ways to do that. In our first one, we're going to make it go a certain number of times. So I can say like, hey, Python, do this task 12 times. Do this task 4 times. Do this task 735 times. And Python will repeat it that number of times, and then it will be finished. So what we're going to look at, first off, is this thing called a ranged loop. Now, to get the ideas kind of starting with this, let's say that I had my turtle graphics. So I had my turtle stuff at the top, but at the bottom, I wanted this to happen repeat 4 times. All right? And I would say my T1 to go forward 100, and then T1.right 90. If that were to repeat 4 times, what would I get as a shape on here? Oh, that should be T1. Okay. What would happen is it would go forward, it would turn right, go forward, turn right, go forward, turn right, go forward, turn right, and then go forward, and it would make a square. All right. Because it would go, this would be each of the 4 sides, and then this would be each of the 4 corners that were built by it. So we're going to do that in code. But first, let's look at an even more simple example. And the way that we get a ranged loop to happen is we say for I in range, and then let's put in, let's say 5. Put a colon, press enter. Notice how I'm tabbed in very much like our if statements. For I in range 5, so we're basically saying, hey, Python, create a variable I and have it count up to the value of 5. I'm going to have anything that's tabbed in repeat that many times. So if I print hello, now we can try running this. Run it, choose a location, desktop, my Python files, exercise 7.1. And boom, I get hello, 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 hello. So I get 5 different instances of the word hello showing up, all right? So that's how we get something to repeat if we don't want to type it 5 different times. We don't just have to put one item in there. If I print goodbye, and now try running it, I get hello, goodbye, hello, goodbye, hello, goodbye, hello, goodbye, hello, goodbye. So notice that these kind of take like an every other approach on here, because for I in range 5, first we print hello, then we print goodbye, then we restart it over again, and then we restart it over again, and then we restart it over again. Okay? So, using this idea, let's make a shape in turtle graphics really quick. So I'm going to import turtle. This will be a good review as well. Screen equals turtle.screen, screen.setup. If I could type well, that would be great. And T1 equals turtle.turtle. So now I am going to put in the code for I in range for T1.forward 100, T1.right 90. Okay, so now if I run this guy, what I should get is, in my graphics, a square. And I didn't have to write that much code for it to be built. Now, a quick little aside to this, if I made it for I in range 8, let's see what we get. All right, we still get the square, but we get it twice. But I wanted an octagon. So, well, let's think about that. If we're increasing the number of sides, well, if we just do the 90-degree angles, we're going to be stuck in that square pattern. So what if I change this guy instead to half the degrees because I want twice the number of sides? Let's see if that works. There we go. I got a nice little octagon on there. All right. So just a nice little thing that you can see how like these can relate to each other. For I in range 3, if you remember when you built the triangle, I found that I needed 120-degree angles. So if I run that, I get a triangle. So yeah, there might be a little pattern to that where you can play around and see what you can discover. All right, so that's how we get these items to repeat. Now I'm going to kind of revert it back. Let's just switch to boring old text mode. For I in range of 5, print. Now, if you paid attention to what I said, I told you I was making a variable I leading up to 5. What if we print the value of I? Let's try that. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh, well that's interesting. Well, it kind of makes sense because computers start counting at 0, and then it moves all the way up to 4. So once it hits 5, it shuts off. Okay, but what if I wanted my code to count from 1 to 5? Well, one possible solution is to always put in one number higher on here. I get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. An easier way to do that is to instead go in to look at, well, it starts at 0, right? What if I just add a +1? So print the number that's 1 higher than the value of I. So we run that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. All right. So that's the main idea of ranged loops. What I have is one last thing I want to show you conceptually, and then I'm going to give you your assignment that you're going to create from this. All right. So because we have learned everything in this course can be like interchanged or intermingled, let's use some of our knowledge of variables. X equals 10, and then I can say for I in range of X. Let's try that. Okay, cool. The value of X still carries over. X is 10, so for I in range of X, we have the value of X, which is 10, and that gave us the 1 through 10 because I'm printing the I plus 1. Okay? So that's just something that we kind of want to notice, how everything is interconnectable. And the reason I'm doing this is because you're going to need it for this assignment. So let's talk about the assignment. All right, so it is going to be the happy birthday song. That's the main idea that you want to build from this. So first thing you're going to do, ask user for their name, and then we're going to do something. I'm not going to tell you what that is yet. We're going to sing the happy birthday song, including their name in it. So, you know, what is your name? Bob. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bob, because that's what they typed in their input. So we'll make this an input. All right. And then it's things like, you know, happy birthday to you. Now, you know, at these types of parties, there's always that one weird person who asks, are you 1? Are you 2? You know, they keep asking that all the way up to your age. Well, we're going to do that into our code. We're going to ask the user for their age. And I'm going to give you another hint, because I'm a very generous person. It's going to be an int input. Now, you should know how to set that up at this point. All right. And then what you're going to do is, based on their age, is how many times you're going to ask this question. And then let's say, you know, are you, and then that's going to be their age where it stops. All right. So quick little recap. You're going to, you know, it's a happy birthday song. You don't do anything with that. You ask the person for their name so they can type in Bob or Alice or whoever you want to type in. Then you're also going to ask them how old they are. Do it as a number, as an integer, so you can do something with the code involving numbers. Then you're going to sing the happy birthday song. This is all the way back to, I want to say, chapter 5, where you asked for inputs. So up to this point, you should be fine. Then you're going to ask, are you 1, are you 2, are you 3, are you 4, are you 5, all the way until you actually hit the person's age. Now, you asked their age, so you're going to use their age somewhere in this repetitive nature. And then you still also need to figure out how to get it to count up to their age. My suggestion for this, when you are asking their age, don't worry about putting in 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to their age. Just have it say the words, are you, the number of times equal to their age. You don't have to do this whole program in one single sweep. You can go in and just say, like, you know what, I just need to get it to repeat a certain number of times. I'll worry about plugging in the details after I get that running. And the reason why we do that is because if you try to run the entire solution in one clean sweep and something goes wrong, how do you even know how to troubleshoot that? How do you know how to look at your stuff and say, I'm stuck, I don't know how to fix this? What you can do instead is, just get these baby steps. Well, I'm just going to have it repeat. The person's 12, I needed to repeat 12 times. The person's 3, I needed to repeat 3 times. Boom, I got that solution solved. So the number of times it needs to repeat is solved. Okay, and then I can start figuring out how to get numbers to appear all the way up to their age. This is a little tricky, but it's definitely something that you can figure out. So yeah, any questions, let me know, and good luck figuring this out. After this, we're going to move into something called while loops, which keep going infinitely until something changes with it. All right, so thanks for watching, and hope you have a good day.